I'm so pleased to have some musicians on Nyberg tonight. First, we have Christine Ohlman, who's a singer-songwriter, Beehive Queen.
Yes.
With your hair. And we have Chris Leigh, the founder of the Mystic Blues Festival. So let's talk music. How did you two come together? And I know you're going to play at the festival.
Yes.
How'd you found this festival?
Well, it started coming back from seeing James Cotton one night. We were up at Bridge Street Live. We'd seen a show, and actually I had opened for him the night before down in Mystic, and we went up to see him again. And we were driving back, and it was thrown around like, wouldn't it be great for us to start our own festival in Mystic? And we shared the idea with some folks in Mystic, and we got support to do it.
And this is your third year running?
This is our third year.
It's in the Mystic Shipyards, we should say.
Yes.
Your background in music is what?
My background in music, I studied music in college. I studied classical guitar at Connecticut College, and I studied jazz guitar with Sal Salvador, who's a Connecticut guy. After that, I started playing professionally and teaching guitar lessons, and I've been doing it ever since. Now,
you met the Beehive Queen, Saturday Night Live band,
That's right.
among a lot of things. You guys hooked up, you're part of the act of this, and it's 3 days, we should say, 26th, 27th, 28th of June.
Yes.
What are you going to do at the festival?
This
Bring your
year,
band?
I am the finale of the finale. I am the last thing anybody will see. They're having a 3-hour finale with the Knickerbocker All-Stars. Knickerbocker Cafe is a famous club down in Westerly, Rhode Island, so it's close by to Mystic. And with a bunch of sort of headliners coming on stage with the All-Stars, culminating in a little Beehive set with me.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're playing and you're collecting money this year for a charity. Tell me about the charity.
We're in support of the Center for Hospice Care in southeastern Connecticut.
So important.
It really is. A number of the people that are in our organization, their families have been touched by the Center for Hospice Care. They've come in during a very difficult time, and you know, we all wanted to do something to get the word out about the great work that they're doing and raise awareness and try to raise some money.
Can't say enough about hospice, which started in Branford, Connecticut.
That's right. We
long
are the
ago.
founders here in Connecticut. I had a close family member that was in hospice care, so it's near and dear to my heart. And we should also say that this is the first year that the festival is officially a 501c. So they are, you know, doing good works now under the umbrella of the festival.
Moving forward, you've got an educational piece to this festival. Tell me about that, and you can
That's
chime
right.
in too.
That's right. Well, Chris, I think you could talk more about that.
Well, as an important part of our mission, in addition to presenting great artists like Christine and a lot of the other legends.
Give me
that
some of the
we've had,
lineup that you have.
This year, we have, in addition to the Knickerbocker All-Stars with Christine doing the finale, James Montgomery is also going to be doing a set with the Knickerbocker All-Stars, who's a
Blues
favorite
guy.
of mine.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a blues harp master, and we also have Greg Piccolo, who's a founder of Room Full of Blues, a friend of mine, and we have Paul Gabriel from Connecticut, down the shoreline. He's also an amazing guitarist.
guitar
I know you just did a show with him
We
recently.
just did a show together, Paul Gabriel and I.
And that's our Sunday lineup. On Saturday, we have The Wait, which is guys that were in the band or they played with Leigh Helm or Rick Danko.
Some big names.
Absolutely. Jim Weeder, who is just a monster guitar player, is the leader of that group. And we have Jay Stolman with special guest Debbie Davies, who's another Connecticut blues legend. She's a virtuoso guitarist in her own right. And we have Neil Vitullo and the Vipers with Dave Howard.
So you have a dozen acts at least.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
How has this grown over the 3 years? How has it changed from year one to year three now?
I would say year one, we wanted to do sort of like a film festival kind of thing. So we had multiple locations.
Yeah.
We did some things at the Nick, we did some things at the Old Mystic Village Cinemas, and we did stuff at the Shipyard. Last year we consolidated to the Shipyard, and we found that that was the best thing, was to keep everything under the big tent that we have down there.
I think the historic thing about last year, if I could just say, was it was the last continental U.S. appearance of the late Johnny Winter. Johnny Winter closed on Saturday night, and he was his last continental appearance before he went to Europe and passed away there.
Christine, you're a rocker, a blues gal. What is the person wanting that shows up at this festival? What kind of fan shows up here?
Well, first of all, it's in a beautiful spot at the shipyard, and there's lots of acts consolidated in one spot. So whenever you go to a festival like this, I play these festivals all over the country. I just was sold out at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage. You go for a concerted experience throughout the day. I think there's food there. There'll be food there. There's some limited crafts, things going on, and that's not really a focus of the thing. But there's food,
but it's
and
folks
I
all
think
coming
it's just
together.
a great, chance to experience the music and sit and relax and have a great day.
Educational piece. Tell me about this.
Well, that's a big part of my background. My wife, Amy, and I have a music school in East Lyme, String Theory School of Music, and it's just super important that not only young people but adults learn about blues music. Blues fans tend to be blues musicians, and the more blues musicians we have, the more blues fans we have. And it's going to help to perpetuate the music, by educating them about the history, but also how to play and participate.
How is this thing going to grow, do you think? We're into year 3. What, are there grand schemes of things of moving the theater or moving the festival around? You're not sure. The crowd's growing over 3 years. What's the grand plan?
Well, I mean, in our most ambitious thoughts, we would like to see it become like Newport.
Yes.
We'd like to, Newport obviously has been sort of branded as a jazz town because of the festival, and we'd like to think that Mystic could also be like a blues destination.
Give me a little bit of jazz, because I know you studied music at Connecticut College, you said?
Yes.
Play me a little something.
Okay.
Nice sound to that guitar.
Night
All right,
and day.
follow that up with just a little something, something. I know you're going to play a song at the very end, but just give me a little bit of Christine Ohlman.
That's a little John Lee Hooker. He used to stomp on the floor with a block of wood. I'll tell you, there's one thing I'd like to see happen, Chris, at the Blues Festivals. I'd like to see a little workshop kind of thing going on. Maybe next year, maybe where people can play, different styles on acoustic and, hang out that way. I
And a
think
jam
that would be
session.
a nice thing, a jam session.
I wish I played the guitar.
I wish you did too. You could join in.
And I wish I sang too.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
just in summing up this festival, when it's all over and it's a whole lot of work, what do you get from it?
Well, for me,
You're the founder, so what are we getting from it?
what I'm getting from it, I mean, it's obviously a civic project. It's something that we're doing, obviously, for the community. And I think the thing that I've gotten out of it is I've gotten to meet a lot of great people. I've gotten to meet a lot of great musicians, people in the industry, agents, backstage people, and not to mention the fact that I'm out there promoting it and talking to business people. It's been an incredible learning experience. It was like going back to college and learning festival management, basically.
And it's great for Mystic.
It's great for Mystic, and I would just like to say that what some people don't know, I know this Channel 8 is kind of New Haven oriented, and of course this this will go everywhere, this broadcast, but Mystic and that quadrant of Connecticut, that southeastern quadrant that borders Rhode Island, has been the recipient of the unbelievable scene in Rhode Island. It really started in the 70s with bands like the Fabulous Thunderbirds that came out of Texas, but really made Rhode Island their second home.
Yeah.
The original owner of the Nick is a Texan, and the Knickerbocker, and Roomful of Blues, the iconic band Roomful of Blues. So there is this real history of jump blues that came up in that area, and I have just been so happy to see Mystic sort of pick up the gauntlet, because it is very historic what went on in that segment, and you wouldn't have thought a lot of these cats migrated here from other parts of the country.
I love that, cats.
Yeah, well, they are the cats, and it's very
You were going to say
interesting.
what, Chris?
Basically the same thing that Christine said, that, you know, South County, Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut has this, you know, wellspring of blues talent, and it really was birthed a lot by the guys that were in Roomful, and they all went, formed their own groups. Of course, Greg Piccolo has gone on to do his own thing. He plays with Jimmy Vaughn too. In fact, I think he's
Jimmy
on the road.
Vaughn's from the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
That's right. And Fran Christina and Preston Hubbard were guys that were in Roomful and went on to play with the T-Birds.
Well,
Yeah.
much luck. June
Thank you.
26th, 27th, 28th. Play us out, folks.
Okay.
Rock
Thank you
on.
so much.
I never was one for the shallow water, never afraid of the dark. Hard to handle the excitable kind, take off running when I should walk. I will jump right into the deep end, river of love, love, love. I gotta be satisfied, I wanna be baptized. Down in the deep end, down in the deep end, down in the deep end, down in the deep end. I told myself I would never surrender, though I was no stranger to the thrill. There came a thirst in your eyes and the twist in your smile, and I hold my head steady until I will jump right into the deep end of the river of love, love, love. I gotta be satisfied, gotta be baptized. Down in the deep end, 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 down in the deep end. I wanna be baptized, baby, let's go down to the deep end, yeah, down in the river of love.
Made a trivial pursuit, spend one day sin. Who is this girl? Spend all night kissing, and if one was right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked, if I'm as a witch, and I found the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Need to keep locked in the grocery store of my mind, just to save time. I'll skip right ahead to the last ride. The harder we look, the less we can see.